Welcome back. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday season. This is Killer Stories, and I'm your host, Bobbie Holmes. We're going to kick off 2021 with episode 26. Today's story was a suggestion from listener and friend Luka Magnotta. I've been wanting to cover this case for a while, but I didn't know how to tackle it. There's a very popular Netflix documentary about this case, and I don't want to just regurgitate that info. So I'll do my best to put my own spin on it. The documentary is Don't F with Cats. I'm here to tell you the disturbing story of Luka Magnotta. I heard the documentary title thrown around a lot before I actually watched it, because honestly, I thought it was about cats. I mean, it is, but it isn't. Don't F with Cats is not just the story of Luka Magnotta's crimes, but the significant amount of research and work that went into catching him. And not by law enforcement, by internet sleuths. People like you and me sitting at their computer desk tracking down the twerp that posted an animal cruelty video on the internet. As the title reveals, his initial video involves cats. Kittens, actually. If you love animals like me, it was definitely hard to watch the documentary at times because they did show clips of his disturbing uploads. At least in a podcast, it's just audio. But, trigger warning, there are multiple counts of animal cruelty discussed in today's episode. Narcissistic personality disorder is characterized by an excessive need for admiration, a sense of entitlement, and lack of empathy towards others. In the dictionary, beside the word narcissist, there should be a picture of Luka Magnotta. He was most definitely self-absorbed, so much so that he created tons of fan web pages about himself. The guy isn't ugly. But I'm not going as far as to say he's attractive. Because to me, murderers are not attractive. Not Ted Bundy, not Chris Watts. Please, people, stop glorifying murderers. Anyways, Luka Magnotta looks like he belonged in a boy band. We'll put it that way. But he wasn't. He wasn't a celebrity either. He was a loner. A mama's boy with no friends. He sits at home for hours on end fabricating a false life on the internet. In 2010, a woman named Deanna got home from work and logged on to Facebook as her alter ego Bobbie Movin'. She did this to protect her identity, but also so she could be whoever she wanted, say what she wanted to say without it being tracked back to Deanna. Her day job was working at a casino in Vegas as a data analyst. This will be important to remember later. While she was logged in as Bobbie Movin', which is a Beastie Boys song, by the way, she noticed a lot of comments about a video that had just surfaced. She clicked on the link. The video was called One Boy, Two Kittens, posted by a YouTube user named You Only Wish 500. There are two cute little gray kittens cuddled together on the floor. A tall but scrawny man enters the frame. He's wearing a green hoodie that mostly covers his face, but you can tell he has that emo, long, swoopy bang thing going on. You know, the extreme side part that guys rocked, and they would constantly jerk their head to one side to keep the hair out of their eyes. Then he picks up the kittens. And here's the hard part, guys. I might as well just pull the Band-Aid off. He places them in a vacuum seal bag and sucks the air out. The internet went nuts. Everyone wants to find this punk and kick his ass. Deanna was appalled by what she saw in that video. The problem with witnessing a crime via internet video, no one knows who did it or where it happened. It's not like you can just call your local police and report it. In the comments, she saw a link for a Facebook group dedicated to finding who did this. It was called Find the Kitten Vacuumer for a Great Justice. The group was full of people who used the page as an outlet for anger. Deanna joined the group as Body Movin' and connected with another group member named John Green. John was looking at the facts and actually trying to piece together the puzzle. He noticed that the YouTube account You Only Wish 500 didn't have much activity. The only history it showed was that it liked a video from the movie Catch Me If You Can. John took that as a clue. This guy was here to play games. The Justice Group examined every detail from the video they could to try to pinpoint what part of the world he was living in. The wall sockets, the doorknobs, a blanket that had a picture of a wolf head on it. They actually found that exact blanket and it was sold on eBay to one user, but they weren't able to access the information of the buyer. In the beginning, you can hear the song War Is Over playing. But later in the video, a group member recognized Russian language being spoken in the background. It was two people having a conversation. For a moment, they thought they had narrowed it down to Russia. But it turns out that that conversation was actually a Russian sitcom that was on the TV. This guy was purposefully trying to throw them off. Before too long, another video was uploaded. Same room, same ugly wolf blanket. He enters the frame wearing the same green hoodie and sets the two deceased kittens down on the bed. Then he played with them like dolls. The newest upload lit a fire under the Justice Group. They were more determined than ever to find this guy. A new member joined the group using the profile name John Smith. John Smith uploaded a picture of the dude in the green hoodie. He was facing straight on, holding the kittens, but he had slightly blurred the face. So the guy who made these videos has joined the Facebook group dedicated to catching him, and he's taunting them. But a second video means more information to sift through. They noticed on the bed there was a pack of Marlboro cigarettes, and he was holding a lit cigarette in his hand. By the cigarette box with the Surgeon General's warning on it and the white filter that was noted on his cigarette, they were able to determine that they were at least purchased in North America. The next big clue from the second video was the vacuum cleaner sitting on the floor. It was only visible for a split second when he moved the camera, but Deanna was able to get a still image. It was a yellow Kenmore canister cleaner, and it was only sold in North America. The Facebook group is one step closer to finding this douchebag. Rescue Inc. is a biker gang from Long Island who uses scare tactics to help fight animal cruelty and rescue animals in need. One of the gang members, Joe, saw the video and he felt the need to do something. He put the blurred photo on the Rescue Inc. Facebook page with reward for information. Joe was definitely just trying to help, but it ended up causing thousands of people to join the Justice page. Which in theory sounds good, right? More people to help. Well, the select few people who were focusing hard on cracking the case were now flooded with crazy comments. People were posting pictures of everyone they knew who was tall and lanky with long swoopy bangs. They meant well, but it was actually making things more difficult. Deanna, John Green, and a few others decided to create a new group and work on their own. Another sock puppet account, as they are called, essentially a fake account, surfaced. It was called Jamsy Crams a Lot in His Ass. Creative. On Jamsy's homepage, there was a video of a cat in a cage. Someone poured lighter fluid or gasoline on it and lit it on fire, which is heartbreaking. But this video made it seem like Jamsy could be their guy. Plus, his profile picture was a man turned to the side, he had long swoopy bangs, and there was a Santa hat superimposed on his head. Jamsy posted on the Rescue Inc. page, quote, "I step on little kittens and make videos of it," unquote. Joe from Rescue Inc. straight up asked Jamsey if he was the guy who made the video, One Boy, Two Kittens. It took a while, but he eventually responds, "Yes, I kill kittens, LOL." Further investigation of his account leads them to a short, stocky guy in Namibia, South Africa, who looks nothing like the person seen in the videos, by the way, not to mention all the evidence that pointed to North America. But people were out for blood. They found their guy, and he was going to pay for what he did. Deanna and John Green step back from the crazy. They know that isn't who they are looking for, but there is no controlling the other group members. Hundreds of people went to Jamsey's page and just left comment after comment threatening his life. This led Jamsey down a path of mental distress and ultimately caused him to commit suicide. Jamsey's real name was Edward Jordan, and he had been suffering from depression. He spent his time on the internet to try to escape his suffering. In my opinion, the internet is the worst place to spend your time in this situation. Who knows, maybe he did like to kill kittens like he stated, or maybe that was just for attention. People are weird. The point is, he was not the one who posted One Boy, Two Kittens, so the group is back to square one. Until one day, another fake account sent a message to some group members. It simply stated, "The guy you're looking for is named Luka Magnotta." Now, I'm not positive this has been confirmed, but I would put money on the fact that this was Luka himself giving up his name. The group was getting off track and he enjoyed the chase, so he pretty much said, "Hey, here I am, come and get me." But of course, no one has ever heard that name. A quick Google search brings up thousands of pictures and hundreds of Facebook fan sites dedicated to the presumably famous Luka Magnotta. The photos make it seem like Luka was quite the traveler. Picture after picture of him in places all over the world. But none of these pictures were actually of Luka. While examining the photos closely, John Green discovered that they had been edited. The bodies looked different in a lot of the pictures, and so did his skin tone. Someone photoshopped Luka's head on every single picture. Luka had spent hundreds of hours creating this online persona of himself that was 100% false. The Facebook fan pages were over 50 different accounts commenting with similar words and phrases about how hot Luka Magnotta is. Seriously, this dude has way too much time on his hands. While researching all the results on Luka Magnotta, the group also stumbled across an audition video of Luka for the male model competition show Cover Guy. In the video, he refers to himself as devastatingly good-looking. His scrawny stature wasn't what they were looking for, and he didn't make the cut. The audition tape was a huge key in tracking down where Luka lived because the show was based in Canada. Their evidence that pointed to North America was correct. Luka Magnotta is in Canada. Time to find this bastard. Deanna found a Canadian tabloid article from the Toronto Sun featuring Luka Magnotta. Apparently, Luka called the journalist and was very upset, saying that the rumors about him dating Karla Homolka was ruining his modeling career, which was non-existent. He never had a modeling career to begin with. Karla Homolka is an infamous Canadian serial killer. Luka was very angry, stating that he can't book a job because as soon as he walks into a casting room, they know who he is and immediately turn him away because of this rumor. This is all so laughable. No one knows who he is. He made the rumor up. Luka said he had to move because he was getting death threats over this, and he was here to set the record straight. The guy from the Toronto Sun must have been out of good material because he actually wrote the article. No publicity is bad publicity, right? It didn't matter why, Luca needed to be in the spotlight. The location of Toronto was confirmed when Deanna found one of Luca's photos had left a digital footprint, including GPS coordinates. Luca had been very careful to clear all that information, but he got sloppy and he missed one photo. John and Deanna went through every single photo posted of Luca. The amount of time and effort put in by these people to catch this guy is insane. In another photo, John noticed that there was a gas station visible called Petro Canada. He used Google Street View and examined the surroundings of every Petro Canada station in Toronto until he found a match to what he saw in Luca's photo. Boom. Just like that, they had the address of Luca's apartment building, 304 Mill Street. Now that they know exactly where he is, they feel like it's time to let authorities finish the job. John Green calls the Toronto police. The police go to the apartment building in an attempt to question Luca. When they knock on the door, someone answers saying, yes, Luka Magnotta used to live here, but he moved to Russia. The justice group felt defeated. There weren't any more leads to follow. Months went by without any new information. But then a new video posted. It was called Bath Time, LOL. Long story short, Luca drowns a cat in the bathtub. Later that same day, he uploads another video. Luca was wearing a Santa hat, just like the Jamsey Cramsalot profile picture. It was his way of acknowledging that their group taunted the wrong person and now he's dead. He was playing with the cat while Little Drummer Boy played in the background. Then he backs out of the frame and leaves the cat in the room with a giant python. I'm sure you can figure out what happened next. It was pretty obvious it was Luca in these videos. He never turned the camera straight on, but you could see his profile. He's aware that they know who he is, and yet they still haven't found him. So why hide? He's winning the game of Catch Me If You Can. Not only did Luca put a lot of time into his online persona, but he actually did put a lot of thought into everything he did. The name on the account that uploaded these videos was Leslie Ann Downey, and the profile picture was a black and white photo of a little girl. Deanna knew right away that this was a reference to a victim from the 1987 Moors murders in Manchester, England. Myra Hindley, one of the murderers in this case, initially reported to police that she left to draw a bath for Leslie Ann and came back to find her dead, possibly reference to the bath time video. In reality, Myra and her boyfriend, Ian Brady, killed her. There was a tape found where Leslie Ann pleaded for her life for a solid 16 minutes. In the background played The Little Drummer Boy. Not only does Luca enjoy torturing animals, but he's showing his admiration to serial murderers. This could escalate into something much, much worse. A tabloid in London runs an article on the recently uploaded video. It's titled, "Catch the Sicko Who Fed a Kitten to a Python." The journalist, whose name is Alex West, gets a Facebook message that reads, "The person you are looking for is Luka Magnotta." Doesn't that sound familiar? He continued by saying that Luca was in London and he was staying at the Fusilier Inn. Alex showed up at the inn and Luca was actually there. Luca led them right to him. Once again, he felt the need to clear things up. He commented that he was in London to escape the, quote, harassment. Supposedly, he had been getting death threats over these videos. He claimed that someone was obviously framing him. They photoshopped the video to look just like him. He made a scene and then asked the journalist to leave. This guy is batshit crazy. Alex West then received an email from John Kilbride. That name was another victim in the Moors murders. The email read as follows. Well, I have to say goodbye for now, but don't worry. In the near future, you'll be hearing from me again. This time, however, the victims won't be small animals. I will, however, send you a copy of the new video I'm going to be making. You see, killing is different than smoking. Smoking you can actually quit. Once you kill and taste, it is impossible to stop. The urge is just too strong to not continue. You know, the fun part of all this is watching millions of people get very angry and frustrated because they can't catch me. That is why I love this. I love the risk factor. It's so fun watching people work so hard and gathering all the evidence, then not being able to name me or catch me. You see, I always win. I always hold the trump card, and will continue to make more movies. Next time you hear from me, it will be in a movie that I'm producing that will have some humans in it, not just pussies. Smiley face. Well, it was fun fucking around with everyone, so have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I know I will. Smiley face. Getting away with this, now that's genius. Signed, yours truly, or is it, John Kilbride. So sure of himself. And with that email, I'm ending part 1 of Luka Magnotta. I'm currently still writing, so I have no idea if this is part 1 of 2, maybe 3. There's so much more to this story. Tune in next week to hear another episode about this narcissistic killer while I cover the Netflix documentary Don't F with Cats. I had planned to use the time off for the holidays to get ahead on a few episodes, but that did not happen. Instead, I enjoy the time with my family, which is way more important. I hope you all were able to do the same. If you want to help support the show, visit buymeacoffee.com/killerstories. You can make a one-time donation that helps offset the cost to keep Killer Stories up and running. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts and enjoy what you hear, press pause now and go leave me a 5-star review. It really helps with the visibility and growth of my podcast. If you don't listen on Apple Podcasts, you can always leave a review on the Facebook page. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Killer Stories Podcast, and on Twitter at Killer Stories PC. I've started posting 1-minute recap videos of my episodes on social media, which has been pretty amusing. As always, keep sending those story suggestions, killerstoriespodcast@gmail.com. Thanks again to Selena Magnotti for the suggestion. Until next time, this has been a killer story.